Welcome to the FrameX podcast, episode 6. I'm here, Alan Tong, with Jehu Chan.
Hey, what's up, people? We're back and back.
We're back, and we're talking about some strange interactions that happen in the real estate industry.
Yeah, it's sometimes interaction can be a little bit weird.
Well, weird, awkward, and we don't have a choice. We're just stuck in these interactions because real estate's a relationship-based business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, but there's definitely, I wouldn't say that the people are weird. I would say that
You
the
wouldn't say that? You
interaction.
wouldn't say the people are weird?
There's a lot of weird people, a lot of weird people out there, but at the same time, I would consider it. I would say that it's just the interaction by itself. It's just kind of okay.
Okay, let's get a little more specific.
Yeah.
What came to mind
What came to my
when I
mind?
said that interaction? Do you have a
Okay.
specific example?
A specific interaction. Maybe the seller is angry for some reason with the realtor, and it translates to being angry to you. Maybe.
Oh. Yeah. Let's expand a little bit on that. What do you mean? The seller's angry at the realtor, right?
Yeah, let's say the realtor did something wrong or apparently wrong, right? Which gets the seller angry, and when you arrive to do the photos, maybe because the carpet is crooked because of this and that, they start saying the home is not ready, and you're like, it's ready, but they get mad with you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah. We get carried on
we
along
get
for the
carried
ride.
exactly.
It's like we have an angry person, and now they're angry at us.
Yeah.
But why?
Exactly. So just like that, or it can be
Sure.
to be even more specific, right? It can be the fact that the home is not ready at all, and maybe someone destroyed that property, right? And you're there, you're sitting, just you already know that you're not gonna be taking photos of that home, right? But you have to hear, hey, this and that, the interactions between the owner of the property with the tenant and the in and out, and then the agent, and then you're there just listening to all the stuff.
Oh, so what are you there? You're just standing there with your camera, and you're like,
Just imagine myself
twiddling
with
with
my
your fingers?
backpack, right? Imagine myself with my backpack just sitting like that in a
Yeah, and you
conversation.
just-
And,
people are just like,
yeah.
what's going on with you? Why is this property not ready?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, do I what? Do I just want to go home? What's it? What's up?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that happening.
Yeah, it can be that, or it can be an event.
Mhm.
Do you have something to share about that?
An event, like strange interactions at events?
Yeah, at events.
Well, luckily, actually, there's a couple of thoughts come to mind. A lot of the groups that I'm part of these days, um, we're the only real estate media company that really turns up at the events. And it's a little strange. It's like, why do people not invest their time to meet the people in the industry? It's strange to me. But we tend to be the only groups, only real estate photography company to attend these events. Time to time, there might be I won't name any other companies, but time to time some people do show up that are in media. But yeah, okay, there's this one instance where we do have a gung-ho supporter of a competitor. I'll just call them a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
And this individual, she would talk to us. And it's almost as if she's talking to us to not discourage us, but to give us
dissuade us of going back to those kind of events, right?
Almost like this is not, she would tell us things like, it's not worth coming to these things because realtors just take from you. They're actually, they're not really out for your best interest. And just like all these strange things that I'm hearing, like, oh, I'm just kind of here to take some photos of people, enjoy and meet people. And, it's a business networking kind of event for me.
Yeah.
It's not like,
and then you can feel the negativity, like being around when you're having that conversation.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Because how do you get out from something like that? I was sitting there with you, right? And I was like, there's nothing to. I cannot.
You're
say
talking
anything.
about the okay. No, okay. This is this. What I was thinking of was the first time this happened to me.
Oh,
When you were with me, that was like the second or third time. The same individual came up to us and was just started saying things like, negative things about why being a real estate photographer is actually not probably like the
The
best
best
timing
idea,
or the best
or
idea,
yeah,
or like kind of get out of our neighborhood kind of thing.
yeah,
Like, whoa,
yeah. It's
whoa.
weird. It's weird.
Do you think that agents are kind of this way too? Because they're all kind of like competitors, but not really, right?
It's not really, not really. The probability of you going to a listing appointment with someone that you know, I think is, I would say it's small. It's a small chance to do that, right?
Well, I heard there's another realtor I was talking to, and he gave me a interesting piece of information.
Hmm.
He said that there's like different types of realtors. There's a type that will stab your back at the first opportunity, which is like that comes to my mind. I'm like, ooh, okay, avoid, right? But if they need business, we still have to do business with them. But there's a second type that is they will help you grow. They are rooting you on. They will encourage you. They might not give you like all the secrets, but they will, they're supportive. They believe that there's enough pie for everyone to eat.
I believe that in every industry, there's a lot of, pie to be eaten.
It's a really abundant way to think about. It's a nice approach. I agree with you.
Yeah, I would, of course, there's, industries or markets are completely taken, you know, but in real estate, I think it would be better if just everyone is friendly with each other. Because honestly, I think it's just a lot easier to get along with people like that. And I do understand that there's money involved, but at the same time, if he's selling the home that you're not selling, there's a reason for that.
Mm,
It's either you're not doing it right. It's either you were not in the place in time to have the luck to actually go to that listing appointment. That could be the fact, right?
sure.
It's just like that, I think it's just live.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you listen to Gary Vee or not, or like any other influencers on business,
Hmm.
but there's certain things they say like, why pay attention to somebody else? Just pay attention to yourself and just
Yeah.
work on your own
Hmm.
product, make sure it matches the market, and just do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, why are you focusing on somebody else so much to even like get to the point of dragging them down? Like, I'm not really interested. How about I increase my influence so much that their influence just shrinks in comparison? It's not so much I'm bringing them down, but we're just become so big that they're just irrelevant.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, right. I don't think that really have to be, you don't really have to attack people directly to, dissuade them to do something.
Yeah. So I mean, that's an interesting interaction that we had. Realtors among themselves and inside teams. Did you notice that people go in and out of teams like
Yeah.
frequently? Okay,
Yeah.
well, you have like the long time. You have the veterans that would just stay within a team and just stick with they're just part of the team. And you
Hmm.
got people who just come in and out of teams.
I
What's
don't
that about?
I don't I don't think it's necessarily a backstaff. I wouldn't say it like that. Because I would say that I think that different teams and different people have different ways to do business. And if you find yourself in a team that the way they do business maybe is not the way that you want to do it,
Sure,
why
that
not?
I think. Oh yeah, and that's why do people join teams in the first place? It's like they're looking for value. How can I take something from this? How can I get an opportunity, give what I can give, and take something that's useful for my career?
Yeah, like knowledge.
Knowledge,
Hmm.
opportunity to do open houses for people. They're looking for some type of an opportunity to expand their business because in the end, you're here to live your dream.
It's because I think that, okay, so let's say for luxury agents, right? If you want to become a luxury agent, of course you want to join a team that is it's doing those kind of deals frequently, right?
Yeah.
So you can host the open houses, and then from there you surround yourself with people in the luxury industry,
Yes.
either clients, people that have the money to actually get a property like that, let's say, or agents that are doing the same thing. You can absorb that information.
Hmm.
How they do it? What's the first approach that they do to the client and stuff like that?
Yeah.
There's no other way to do it.
Sure. I mean, like sometimes the approach for luxury might not be like, hey, go to their house and do a listing appointment and
Hmm.
book a call, whatever. It might be like taking them out to dinner.
It could be like that, or it could be, I spent 3 years going to back and forth with it to China or to Japan or to whatever. And now I created these connections where they just call me and it's
Yeah,
like, hey, I want to move into the country. What's up? How many? Do you have something?
you got something for me?
Yeah. And
It
it's
could be
just
that.
something, it could be like that. You don't know. I think that in real estate, the leads are weird.
The leads are weird. What do you mean by the weird?
Yeah. Okay. So the person is selling a home, but sometimes they would say that they're going to be selling the home, but they never sell it. That's one thing. It could be a lead where it's void, that it just, okay, I'm wasting this time, making this person, understand how the value of their property, doing crunching up the numbers and stuff like that, when the person is not even, ready to sell it.
Oh, that's
You
what you
see what
mean.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the client, it can seem to be a client, but you don't know until you finish the deal.
Okay. Hey, that's a little bit awkward too, right? That's a strange thing they come across.
Yeah.
But usually people won't reach out to realtors unless they are looking to buy or sell, or do you think that they do?
I've heard some scary stories about that.
So
People
just a
that,
mega waste of time.
yeah, mega super ultra mega waste of time, months of work just,
Wasted.
wasted. Yeah.
Okay, there's like buyers. I can see that definitely happening on the buyer side. Like, oh, I don't want to buy anymore. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm out of
Yeah.
money.
He's like,
I
I
decided
just
to buy
used it.
you
Yeah.
know, a white Mercedes
Uh-huh.
instead. Oops, did I just say
Oopsie
that?
doopsie.
Oops.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that. And then, if you think about FrameX, and everyone has their different challenges on the type of clients that they work with. For us, it's a separate challenge. It's similar because not everyone's ready. Not everyone has a listing.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, okay, yeah, I know that you're an agent, and yeah, we talk to each other, and we're cool about it, and then you want to try our services, but you don't have a
Sure.
listing
Or
right now.
maybe they have one listing in every like 24 months, 12 to 24 months, and you're like, that's not that much money. It's
Yeah.
not it's not gonna, keep food on the table.
So it could be like that as well. I think that volume in this industry for us, it's key.
Sure. Like meeting key
Yeah.
players is definitely
It's not
key.
it's not we're not trying to say that we don't do business with, realtors that maybe just sell one or two homes a year. We're not saying that. We're just saying that, it's for us, it just makes sense when we have a lot of volume.
Oh yeah. From
Mhm.
a business perspective, from like
Yeah.
individual perspective, I love hearing their
Oh
stories.
no, for sure, man.
Oh yeah. Meeting these people and hearing the stuff that they go through every day and how much it's very different being a solo agent than being having a team.
And not even a solo agent. It's different to be an unexperienced agent and an experienced agent. You get
Mm,
the interactions with the new agent, that just got a new listing and super pumped up about it and stuff like that. The way they talk and they, yeah, I got it like this, that interaction sometimes is reachier, um, than with an agent and he's just jaded. It's like, yeah, this is my
it's just
30th
another
home that I sold this month.
I don't
Yeah,
have time for this. I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
delegate it out,
And which is cool if you're in that level. I mean, congrats, because there's a lot of work that you have to put,
Mhm.
to do that
To get
and
to
get
there.
to get there. But for the new agents, it's actually a good thing that to see how they, yeah, I got this listing and then I saw this ad or saw a video from you guys and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use that company to, and their understanding about media is like, oh yeah, and then I saw a video that you guys said, about photography and how important it is to sell property, like stuff like that.
Mhm.
I had interactions like that before
Yeah.
where they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw you at an event with Alan, and we talk about a little bit about the things that you guys do." But when went to the website, after I grabbed the business card and I saw that you guys did this and that for real estate and blah blah blah, right? I got pumped up, and then we're here, right? And this is my first listing. That's super cool.
It is cool. It is cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes, new agents, they bring like a new inspiration to how I look at our business as well. Because we ourselves we're pretty jaded.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, when we go to properties, when I remember the first few properties that I went to, I was a little bit of nervousness, like, am I gonna take the shots correctly?
Hmm.
It was a little bit of um, urgency because I know that I'm there. The realtor's kind of there too, waiting like, how long is this guy gonna take? So I mean, there's a lot of tension, and these days it's just like go and get everything done, do it right, do it well,
Mm-hmm.
get out of people's hair. Don't bother them. Make sure that everyone's comfortable, everyone gets a good service.
Yeah, because it's a little bit difficult when you have, let's say, tenants or people living in the home. Difficult in the sense of I don't want to disrupt their environment. Maybe they're
Yeah.
working, maybe they just want to take a shower and stuff like that because they have something to do. Like, and you're there, I'd be like,
hmm
oh, I want to take a photo from this, and then, I have to wait what 30 minutes,
No, there
or
was
you
a
actually tell them it's like, hey, do you mind if I just take a quick photo? So they're like with a towel already, and it's like, okay, yeah, go in, do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's actually a shoot that I went to. Now there's two that came to mind, but the first one was I was trying to take a photo of the bathroom, and then I saw that it was dry and it's whatever, and then this grandpa wanted to use the shower. He's like, "It's my time to shower in the day." I'm like, "It's your time to shower in the day?" And the family was looking at me like, "It's his time. Like it's time for him to take a shower. He does this every day." And I was like, I was on the other side of the house. And I was like, okay, wait a second. Let me run over to the other side to do the quick photo while everything is dry and there's not like stuff everywhere. Uh, and then quickly took the photo. And then he was like almost naked already. And he just walks in there. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, like
Oh
that.
my God.
And it's yeah, I don't think it's for both parties, right? It's a weird interaction for sure.
Definitely. We were talking about
Yeah,
weird interactions, huh?
yeah, it is like that, right?
Mhm. There was a recent shoot that I did. It was probably within this last week.
Hmm.
Now, at the time of recording, don't do any research. Don't try to like figure out who this is. All right, single mom with like 5 kids, and all the kids are. I would say the older kids are already starting taking care of the younger kids.
Hmm.
So it was nice in that way, and they had some pets.
Okay.
So it's a lot of people in this house. And I'm in there, and my job is to do not only the floor plan, the video, the photos, but it's like quite a few items that I got to do. And that's different pieces of gear. And I have to evacuate this whole family while I'm doing it
Yeah.
because I can't have them hide in one room. And I'm trying to get a continuous shot in my video from one room to the kitchen to the other room. It doesn't work. You can't have like little heads looking out and like a little dog running by. It just doesn't work. You actually do have to evacuate them. So I felt bad because I'm taking time away from their day, not just one person. I'm taking from 5, 6 people. 6 times like what? Take 2 hours? I'm wasting 12 hours of time of like other people's time. That breaks me a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I got to hurry, get this
Yeah.
done.
Exactly.
So, but
No,
I
you're
mean,
right. You're right.
everything worked out fine. I ended up talking to them quite a bit and enjoying like the process of why they're selling the house, why they're looking for a larger place
It's
perhaps
always
for.
interesting to ask them
Mhm.
like, what. I always ask, do you plan to move out of the state? And
Out of
out
state.
of state.
Oh, why out of state?
I don't know because I think that people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something that I've seen on the internet, but whenever there's someone selling a home, I always think it's like, oh, it's California taxes, man. They want to move away.
Taxes.
They
Well,
want to
California's
go.
got like the best weather. I think that
No,
is
it's
hands down.
perfect. Yeah, I love to be here, right? But I don't know why. It's like, okay, you're selling a home for $2 million. You're probably gonna move out of state, man.
Well, yeah. If they're running a business, California's not like super friendly on
Right.
businesses, but it could be other issues like we do have a homeless problem. We do have um education. There's different issues that we do have here to in California that I know a lot of people shy away from, and that's one thing we actually see changing. It's not changing. We witness it. We witness it
Yeah.
firsthand going to some of these properties.
Yeah. Yeah. You can say that, yeah, as well. Is your at first hand you're seeing why someone is moving away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's completely true.
At the same time, we create this marketing material. We know somebody's moving into this house, so it's the
Yeah.
opposite. Someone's coming in. They're gonna enjoy this life. They're here spending big money. to get into this lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but weird interactions is something that we have to deal with every day.
Yeah,
And weird doesn't mean bad or, it's just weird.
it could be. Yeah, just strange.
Yeah, it's just strange.
Have you ever had a shirtless guy yell at you?
I had a family of two people and one kid yelling at me because I was flying the drone.
It's definitely the drone. The drone causes a lot of
Yeah,
it gains a lot of attention.
gains whenever you unpack it. People are like, "Oh wait, what is that?" And then you fly, and people are just staring at it, pointing at it,
Yep,
talking
yep,
about
yep.
it. Yeah, but I had this situation with I was trying to get like a front shot of a building, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a real estate photographer. I'm gonna take some photos of this building. I don't know if you can help me, maybe, you know, moving more towards this side so I can just grab the shot." And they were like, "I think that you have to wait." And I was like, okay, yeah."
Sure.
I didn't know how to react. It was, why are you being hostile about it?
Yeah, hostility.
Yeah, why are you being hostile? There's no reason. And then I was like, okay, so these people they're staring at the drone. I'm looking at the drone right here, right? And I'm like, okay, they really don't want to move, right? And then I saw that there's no pattern behind them. It's just grass and a wide wall, right? And I was like, you know what?
Photoshop them.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Photoshop
take
them
the
out of there.
shot. Yeah, I took the shot, and I'm like, okay, photoshopped it, nothing happened. Like,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
it's weird. Like it's like that, or I had this interaction with someone. I was sitting in my car figuring out a good spot to fly the drone because there was no parking in front of the or even nearby the home, right? I was like 2 streets away. Those 2 streets away were enough to people. So for one guy to think that I was doing something shady, he came to my car, right? And then knocked on the window, and I was like, "Oh no."
oh
Yeah,
no,
I was like, "No."
I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, let me just open the window."
Crack it open a
Yeah, I'm
little
like,
bit.
"Okay, just pulling out the window, right?" And I was like, "Hey," right? That was my like, "Hey." He was like, What do you think you're doing here?" Like, what do you mean? It's like,
What do
I'm
you
a real
think
estate
you're doing
photographer.
here?
This is what I do for a living. I take photos of homes like that. Yeah, but why are you taking photos of my home? He's like, "No, I'm not taking photos for your home." And he was like, "Well, you're parked in front of my property." He's like, and I was like, "Okay, I'm parked in front of the property, but I'm flying the drone, and the drone is 2 streets away." So I pointed out like that, right? And he was like, "You better not be doing that." And then I was like, "Okay, you know what, man? Like, it's okay. I understand that this could be a little bit shady or whatever. Could look somewhere shady." So took out the drone and grabbed the drone, and like moved away. What
Right.
do you do? Like,
What do you do? Airspace is
yeah,
airspace.
okay. Do I stay there? And like, he already told me that he feels uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Do I stay? I can stay there. There's no reason for me to move, right? But at the same time, it's like, I'm already feeling the
Sure,
hostility
sure,
as
sure,
well.
sure. Yeah, like one thing we should probably talk to the photographers on the team would be like, hey, we have to de-escalate. After you de-escalate the situation, then just drive away because the airspace is yours.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not yours, but it's free. So sometimes when we have to take a photo of a property, um, to get the right angle, we actually have to fly over another person's property. That might be the case. It doesn't mean the camera's pointing down at them. The
yeah,
camera's pointing at our subject.
yeah.
We're looking at
I
the
had
target.
one situation as well with a realtor where we were, I was droning, and then the neighbor came just knocking, banging on the door. "Hey, I know that I know that it's you. Why are you doing this, man? This and that." And the realtor was like, "Wait, what's happening?" Right? Oh yeah, it was because we're selling this home. I'm like, "Oh, so you're, oh no, it's because I thought that you were like flying over my property, like recording, or it's like." And for me, that's why are you insecure? Do you have something shady that you do want me to see with the drone? Like, what's up, right?
Well, I mean, it could just be a privacy thing.
No,
They're
it
like,
could be
oh,
a
why are
privacy,
they? They
but
could be looking at me, and even that thought is like, ooh, they're
nah,
spying on me
yeah,
from the
yeah,
sky.
yeah. That's something I understand it, but man,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
But yeah,
but like,
de-escalating, I think, is just the best way to deal with people like that.
sure, de-escalate and just move on.
Yeah. At the same time, yeah, there's no best way to do it, but I would say that that's the best thing that you can do, right?
Drones totally get the most attention.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we're so, okay, I tend not to get bothered when I'm at like higher end properties because people get it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go to like, a little bit of the cheaper
Developing,
homes,
yeah.
developing areas, a lot of people look at the drone. A lot of people like look at you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Oh crap!" like
Yeah.
that comes to mind. And I'd be up in the sky, and I can't take photos quickly because I'm waiting for the guy with the shopping cart to hurry and cross the street. Once that guy crosses the street, now there's a guy with he's shirtless and he's yelling at cars, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, how long is this going to take me to get the perfect shot?"
Yeah.
And it's taking me a long time, and people are watching me, and it's like
You
I get
getting,
uncomfortable.
yeah, attention is not like, I don't get, when I fly the drone, I tend to be a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a discomfort, and that causes a strange situation because you're uncomfortable flying a drone.
It's
Um,
like me. I went to this property. The neighbor had three kids, right? And then they were playing with another kids of the neighborhood, right? And I had to fly the drone, right? So imagine they're 3, 4 years old, playing on the street. The people are watching them, and then I'm there flying the drone. What impressed me is that right now there's people there. What is that? They ask me, "Hey, what is that?" In some areas, what is that? Why are you flying? It's like, oh, it's a drone, this and that. They don't know that that's a drone like that, right? When I went there, all the kids, they were like 3, 4 years old. They all knew that was a drone, which is impressive, right? It tells a lot about like how we evolve, right?
I
The
guess
people,
so. Yeah.
yeah, they're so like used to being around technology like that, oh yeah, I know that thing that is flying there, that's a drone, right? But yeah, imagine 7, 8 kids yelling, where is it? Hey, let me fly, can I fly it, can I? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, do
yeah,
it.
like that, right?
Fly
It's
it.
like, oh like I don't really, it's like, because I just want to go, right? I really just want to take the shots, and like I don't really have the time, not even the time. I don't know how to explain to a kid that they cannot fly it, because they're like, "Can I fly it?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, maybe in the future because it's for adults, right?" And then they're all saying, "Yeah, but I'm an adult, right, mom? I'm an adult, right?" And I'm, "Oh, just get me out, just get me out."
Yeah. I
And
mean,
and the and the parents were like, nice. Like you're having an
nice.
interaction with my kid, right? And it's like,
Right.
just no, please. Not today.
When I think of kids and like the drone and parents, because I'm a parent myself, I don't really want someone with a camera taking pictures of my kid. Like that is one thought that comes to my mind that I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure pops into minds of other parents. And it's like you're in the because okay, we have to grab amenities for example for community, and there's kids playing in the pool. These kids they could be anywhere between 5 years old to 18 years old to 17 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and you're there flying picture and taking pictures of the pool.
Yeah,
Like, you know how uncomfortable that is for the parent?
no, it is uncomfortable.
I'm like, "Oh my
It is
gosh."
super uncomfortable.
I'm not doing it like I just wanna get the pictures and get out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I'm probably not gonna be flying with the remote right next to the pool because they're gonna be yelling at me.
yeah. Uh, I think that's one of the good things about drones, that you can just fly it from like
The balcony. Just fly it from
whatever
somewhere hidden.
place, and you can see them looking at the drone, but they don't know who is flying it.
That's true. We talk a lot about that, don't we?
Yeah,
Hey,
we do.
maybe for like a final topic, we don't have too much time left on this podcast, but have you ever run into another real estate photographer?
Yeah, yeah, just one time, and it was really uncomfortable on his side. On my
Okay.
side, I was super friendly. Oh, it's like, oh, are you a real estate photographer? "Oh, I am a real estate photographer as well." And then I was like trying to create some kind of conversation. Hey, this and that. Isn't it fun? Isn't it blah, 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 right? He was like, just, this guy's with another camera, like maybe thinking, oh, this guy's taking my clients. right? I'm just gonna do whatever it takes,
This guy's a shark. He's
right?
taking our
And I'm
clients.
just there having a good time, right? The interaction by itself, it's interesting because you can feel
The
you can feel that
animosity.
they think that you're competing with them or in some kind of way.
Isn't that strange? We kind of breeded a culture within FrameX that's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Or
I
like, you don't
know.
really care
Honestly,
either, do you? Like,
no.
I don't really
It's
care.
because I don't think we compare ourselves with the not even the competition with the other real estate photographers.
In the beginning, I did. In the
No, you have to.
beginning,
At the
yeah,
beginning, you have to.
I had to find out like what services do they offer?
Hmm, hmm.
Is my package comparable? Do
Doing
I
your
fit?
research, doing
Yeah.
your research. That's it.
But from there, once we created our offer, we're like, we're gonna be different and we're just gonna do our thing. I really stopped caring.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I believe that there's a reason, or there's like a point where you're a photographer and you're a professional real estate photographer. That's a line that we have to draw, right?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons why we think that like that, like we don't care, or it's not that we don't care, but we don't push negativity towards the competition. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
because, okay, maybe this is your part-time job, which is okay. Maybe this is how you
Totally
get, this is
fine.
your side hustle, right? For us, we do it because we actually are creating a business model around it, thinking about how are we going to make the clients feel good, what kind of service we can improve that other people are doing, but we are going to improve them to, so the client has a better experience.
Hmm.
And other photographers are like, okay, so I just need a 70 millimeter lens. Nice. I just bought it. I'm a real estate photographer now, right?
Sure.
But it doesn't work like
Yeah.
that. It really doesn't work like that.
Just having the gear and doing it. It's like taking photos is like the basic.
But at the same
That is the
time,
basic,
if
the
I see
bare
someone
necessity.
that it's not experienced on the real estate photography field,
Isn't that
but they have
annoying?
I would say that it's not annoying. It's annoying just because, maybe realtors think that we are like that, or that we're all like that, right? But at the same time, when I see someone just trying something new, I don't feel any specific negative, bad feelings or something like that. It's like, okay, there's someone that is actually that can see the value that I see, right? Maybe he doesn't look at it in the way I see it, right? But at least he's trying to do it,
He's
right?
trying.
Hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I get almost annoyed when I see someone take a bad photo. I'm like, why did you do that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that? Why did you shoot it in that
yeah,
condition? Or why did
yeah,
you edit it like this?
yeah.
It
There's a lot
actually,
of stuff.
so that's what I mean by annoying. I get annoyed when I see some really jacked up photo and like, why'd you mess it up?
You know what? You know what's like a pet peeve that I have that I really cannot stand? When the set is, for some reason, they take the photo if supposed to be straight on, right? But it's just
It's a little bit off. Like
a little
they
bit
don't
off
shoot it.
like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's so easy to fix that.
It is so easy. It is.
And
Yeah.
you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy. It's 2 clicks.
Sometimes those things will bother me. But when we meet like another professional, like another like just imagine you meet another pro. It's almost like because of photography is an art, you kind of appreciate their work.
Yeah. No,
Like
for sure. Like,
like
even
well
like
done, man.
I've been
That's
approached
great.
by other photographers that are not in real estate, but they do some other kind of work. And they're like, hey, I want to get into real estate photography. Let me know what you think about my portfolio, right? And I see the portfolio is like, it's like, oh, this guy is
Right?
good. Like, it's a good portfolio, right? But yeah, it's you kind of have to, I think you have to grow up. Yeah, to see the value like that, to appreciate someone else's work,
Sure. Even if they are competition like on
even
paper,
if it's competition on
it's okay.
paper, or even if it's a real competition. If the other person is better than you have to grow up to appreciate that.
Sure. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that maybe comes as a benefit to being jaded
Hmm.
is you've done it and you're able to appreciate things and not get so emotionally invested in seeing some other dude on the street with a camera.
Right.
Right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the time we got for this
All
episode.
right. It was a
Well,
good talk.
yeah, it's a good talk. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you won't have to run into any nasty situations or awkward situations yourself.
And if you do, just de-escalate it.
De-escalate and move on.
Yeah, de-escalate and move on.
All right, bye guys.
Bye bye.